Yo, what is good, everybody? I am the number one chief rocker, Uncle Freezy, just coming through, starting a new series on vibes and stuff. I'm trying to figure out some things with myself, with my friends, with relationships. Want to correct these things or get these things um, on a path that I like for the 2025 year. Um, I have one of the resident homies in the building today, Fritz Alcenda, and we are going to discuss making changes for the new year. Now, on this episode of the series, I'm going to focus on a few things, right? Particularly one thing, but I have a few things that I'd like to self-correct on. And I have Fritz here to kind of help me in that journey of self-correction, right? So my primary goal, if I can share it, where is it? So where's my primary goal? Did I load my oh, Fritz, of course I didn't load the primary goal as the animation. So I have to wait for the animation to load, and there it is. So the primary goal, my primary goal for 2025 is to lose 100 pounds, right? That's my primary goal, right? Now, I'm just going to show you my 2025 goals, right? All of them, right? But I'm going to show you this because this means something different to me. Lose weight, stop procrastinating, tune in with my body, know my limits, and get rest. Those are my 2025 goals, right? Now, my primary goal is to lose 100 pounds. and Fritz, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Guess what my primary goal was in 2024?
Lose
Lose
100
100.
pounds.
Guess what my primary goal was in 2023? Lose 100 pounds. My primary goal in 2022? Lose 100 pounds. Right. And so here's my thing, right? Here's my thing, and just not to dominate the conversation. And thank you for those watching us on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. My primary goal in 2021, lose 100 pounds. 2020, lose 100 pounds. Now, here's the thing, though. It's not the fact that I don't have the ability or willingness or drive to lose 100 pounds, because every time, bro, Fritz, I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time I look in the mirror, I tell myself this weird thing of, man, I ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? If I lose 100 pounds, bro, you know what I'm saying? I have like a 38 waist. You know what I'm saying? BA, you won't be able to tell me nothing. All I need to do is cut back on them Cocoa Puffs. Right? Or all I need to do is start walking in the afternoons. But hey, boss, I don't think that's it. Because I start the year with a goal, and by the King holiday, I'm eating all you can eat ribs down at Dino's Rib and Barbecue Shack, right? And in my case, I feel as if my failure to follow through with the goal is not even the goal itself. It's because I'm lying to myself, right? Right? Like, oh man, I eat these ribs and I get back on track, right? Or, oh man, I had a bad day at work. Man, I'm gonna just eat these this you ever been to Wendy's? You
Oh, you froze up for a minute.
Oh, I froze up for yeah. So they have a triple cheeseburger at Wendy's, triple cheeseburger combo. Man, I get one of those and that chocolate frosty, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna just knock this down, and then I'll just restart tomorrow. And I do that all year. So basically, what I'm saying to you is I feel as if the goal itself is not even the enemy. I think the enemy of weight loss is within.
Yeah. Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. Now there are some plateau issues. Plateau issues will frustrate you. You know how you do everything you can do and then you plateau? Your body is resetting itself, and we're not patient through the plateau because we keep working, but the body is resetting, so you don't see your goal on the scale, but your body is doing the internal work, like clearing out stuff. But you're like, man, it's been 3 weeks and I gained a pound back every week. But your body is resetting itself, and you should be patient through the plateau. But a lot of us are not, because it's frustrating. Sherwin, what's good, bro? Yeah. So I have a goal of losing 100 pounds this year, and I'm committed to sticking to it. Do you have a goal for the year?
My goal is similar. I have a few goals this year. I have a few goals, but health wise, mine's similar. Yeah, mine's similar.
Okay. So how I am going to attack weight loss this year. So Fritz, So Sherwin and DSJ, I'll share this with y'all because y'all been knowing me for years now, or at least y'all know me enough to understand where I'm coming from. So, my lies start when I look in the mirror and I see the semblance of somebody that's in good shape. And then I'll tell myself, man, I'll eat these 2 cheeseburgers and do push-ups. That's where the lie lie starts. Right. Because for the most, I'm a big, strong individual, right? So my weight is always somewhere between 350 and 400 pounds, somewhere in there. But even at 400 pounds, I don't look like a 400-pound person.
Yeah.
Right. The normal 400-pound person, for instance, I don't look like, what's a big person in the movies? Like Sherwin Klump. Okay. So I don't look like Sherwin Klump. Right. I'm just drawing. I just wanted to find. I don't look like the dude from Austin Powers. Remember the big guy from Austin Powers? Yeah. So I don't look like him. Right. What I look like is Mr. Incredible. You remember the Incredibles, the cartoon, where the dude is super strong, but he's got the Santa Claus gut.
Yeah.
That's what I look like when I do my fluctuation. Like when I do the headshot, it looked like I can bench press 2 school buses, and I probably can if I get back in shape. But around the midsection, you're like, hey, I can't even see my belt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get like at times, like legit, like, man, I can't even see my belt down there. Good Lord. And so that's where the lies start for me. I'm going to ask you, and you don't have to be super personal with it if you don't want to. Of course, this is one of those where, I'm sharing and whatever, but do you have a thing that prevents you from achieving your goal? Like maybe a lie that you're telling yourself?
Oh, it's several things. I think over the years, it's been several things.
Okay.
First, it's like poor education. When I was younger, poor education,
Right.
like on nutrition. In the last like 30 years, what we know about nutrition is totally different
Right.
than like in the 80s and in the 80s and 90s. We used to think some crazy things about
Right.
nutrition.
Right.
Like there used to be some crazy things we used to think about nutrition that
Yeah.
now like people would think you're absolutely nuts to believe some of those things. So
Right.
so you have to get those out of the way. And not only that, you to lose weight, you need to be healthy first,
Yeah.
which is one of the first things. And I think a lot of times just the way how it's portrayed on television, and there's just you could just lose weight. Everybody just loses weight. There could be a
Right.
reason why you're not losing weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So one of my reasons for not losing weight is not
Mhm.
only that, like not only me telling lies to myself,
Mhm.
right? Like, man, you're not that bad, man. You just all you need to do is just get rid of your gut. You be straight. Nah, man. At a human being is not supposed to be 6'5", 400 pounds, or 6'5", 350. That's where I live, 350, 400 pounds, right?
Mhm.
And so people are like, man, you carry your weight good though, man. You look like Heavy D, diggity diggity D. You know what I'm saying? Whatever people will say to you, know what I'm saying? People will say to you, right?
Mhm.
And one of the things that I go through during the year is when I get depressed, I'll eat. And we all get depressed at times. I don't mean clinical depression, right? I'm not talking about that.
Mhm.
I'm not, because I'm not an expert on it, so I don't want to speak to it, right? I don't want to give people bad advice. But say something happens, say you have a death in the family. Fritz, I'm black, right?
Mhm.
And I know I know y'all consider me beige, right? But I'm
Mhm.
black, right? When my family has tragedy or something that sets us back, you know the first thing we do? We go seek counseling. We'll get all of our family members in a room with a certified counselor and speak out our pain and sorrow. That way we can all formulate a plan to advance going forward. Hell no, we don't do that. We don't do that, bro. You know the first thing we do, Fritz?
Mhm.
We eat. That's what we do. That's what we do to mourn. That's what we do to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And then one of the other things that we do as my family circle, maybe as a society, is we accept the generational spread. You know how you get bigger as you get older. Have you ever seen people do that?
No, yeah. Yeah,
You know how,
especially black households. It's Big Mama.
yeah, you know how you get bigger as
Everybody,
you
that's Big Mama. She's when she get older, she's Big Mama.
yeah, everybody know you get bigger as you get older. You
Mm-hmm.
like you be like, Miss Mocha, you washing my clothes in hot water. This sweater don't fit no more. And you're blaming the missus, and you're like, really? Really? You
Yeah.
think your clothes are shrinking?
Yeah.
No, them clothes ain't shrinking.
Yeah.
The person putting them on is getting bigger. You know.
Yeah.
So that's where I am with it. Salute to True Music. Salute to Sherwin. Salute to Delano Steele Jr. Salute to my family out there, man. Everybody watching, I appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out with us. So I guess my goal is to lose weight, right? Right, to lose weight, right? But address the underlying issues of weight loss, right? Am I getting proper rest? Right? Am I, how do I deal with tragedy? Right? How do I deal with celebratory moments? How do I deal with managing my schedule? Right? You ever been in a time crunch? Like you get off work, but you get off work at 6:30, the Knicks play at 7:30, you're across town, you don't have time to cook. So you're like, I'm just gonna pick up like a 2-piece and a biscuit from KFC. And then you get to KFC and you see the family thing is on sale for the same price as what you were gonna buy your main meal. You're like, hell, that's a deal. Instead of getting a 2-piece of fried chicken and a biscuit, which is not healthy, you wind up getting the family size of it for the same price or something close. And then you wind up eating that during the night, the whole thing, nibbling just all night. Not at one sitting, but you just constantly graze. Like, you may start off with 2 or 3, then you go back, throw 2 other pieces in the microwave, and then you wake up in the middle of the night and then you see Scarface is on, and then you sit down and watch Scarface, even though you're supposed to be resting. You warm up the rest of that family thing, and then you graze on that too. And then before you know it, you have 0 rest, and you wake up tired, and you overate. Is that a me thing or is that a common thing?
I think it's a common thing. I think a little further on, I'll tell you a story. And it's kind of extreme. Yeah. But it's definitely one of my issues is sleep.
Right.
I definitely come from, let me see. I am a workaholic.
Okay.
Currently not working right now, but my history is I'm a workaholic. Like, in my 20s, I work between 80 and 100 hours a week.
Right.
I
Are
work
you
13,
Nigerian?
15-hour days.
Yeah. Y'all Nigerian too?
I'm Haitian, but I don't even think that, it wasn't even the Haitian thing. I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. And once I can make money, I was going to make money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. So that, yeah. So when you work 100-hour weeks, you ain't cooking for yourself. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let me grab something.
Yeah.
Let me take it out and get it delivered.
Right.
And to yourself is like, yo, I'm working hard.
Yeah.
But to your body, we're really working hard. You're working hard for the company.
Right.
You're not really working hard. And you're not getting rest. And yeah, it's not good. You can really stress your body out.
Yeah. I think that's what we do, bro. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. I'm co-signing. I feel you. The 80 hours a week. I'm with you.
Yeah, 80 hours a week. I know I definitely had an issue with that. And then I had injuries on top of that, and they weren't taken care of correctly. So they never really healed. To this day, they haven't healed. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, and one of the things, and I'll be upfront about myself, right? One of the things about myself is I'm not satisfied with my career. So I do stuff on the side. Right. And so when I do stuff, for instance, I'll use my brother True Music for an example. Right. I'm going to use my brother True Music for an example. Right. Not to put him on Front Street because I love to. I don't even know, bro. I have never met this person in face to face. Right. but over the telephone, over these airwaves here and in other places, man, I've gotten to know True Music and part of his fam, follow them on social media and such. And so I'll use True Music as an example, and then I'll use myself as a further example. True Music is an excellent music producer, very talented. Success for him soon come.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The regular man issues, them no worry we when it comes to True Music, because his day soon come. Right? But True Music and others have what we call day jobs. The jobs you use to pay your bills. They're steady,
Mm-hmm.
right? Payday, pay as long as a direct deposit is never late on the day job, because we'll leave it. If direct deposit is supposed to hit on a Friday and it hit like the next Wednesday, we gone, bro. Now you can't keep me. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep me if payday late. Sorry. Right? And so folks like, and I'm gonna assume Fritz Alcindor too. Fritz Alcindor, Uncle Freezy, right? Delano Steele, the original DSJ. We have what they call a day job. And then we have our passionate jobs that may not pay like we wanted to. Right? Right. The thing that we're good at and we're passionate at. The day job we're just good at. We may not be passionate about it. Right? And so we work the day job to keep the bills paid and the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But then we have a night job. We moonlight. Right? Like during the daytime, I have that daytime gig, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I do that and whatever. I'm known by, I go by my government name and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. Then you got to do employee number 2, whatever it is. But then I moonlight as a content creator. Right? And so what happens is there are weeks where as a content creator, I put in more hours creating content than I do at my day job. And I put in a lot of hours at the day job, right? But the content creation piece never stops, right? Never stops. And so what happens is I find myself not having that work rest balance, right? So it's you work 8 hours during the day, right? And then you content create for 6 or 7 hours, right? There's a eating thing in there that we have to do, fueling up that we have to do, right? And then there is the sleeping part, and then there's your relationships part.
Mm-hmm.
And Fritz, what happens is I get all of that for the past 7 to 8 years. All of that has been out of balance. And I can't blame the content creation part of it. I can't blame content creation because you know why? Because if it wasn't content creation that I'd be spending that time on, I would have been doing it on video games or something else to decompress mentally. Right? And so with that said, I feel as if, or I know that my life is out of balance. Like I know I'm supposed to be getting 7 to 8 hours of thorough sleep. I don't get that.
I don't know what that is.
No. Yeah, I don't get that.
Never.
And it's
never.
It's because my mind never turns off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My mind never turns off. Right? And so it's one of them things, it's one of those things where it's like, if your mind never turns off, do you actually ever get rest? Right? And so if you never get
No.
rest, do you ever get the real opportunity to energize? Right? And if you never
Yeah,
get the
you
chance
need
to
sleep.
energize,
Yeah, need your
right,
deep sleep.
right, right. And if you never get the chance to energize, right, then that means you're in that perpetual cycle of now you're too tired to do certain things, right, that you want to do, and now it leads to procrastination, right, and then now it leads to um limited production, right,
Mhm.
and so now you're forcing yourself to speed up and spend more time because you had less energy, and now you're on a hamster wheel going faster and faster and faster and faster, and covering less and less and less and less ground, making less progress,
Mhm.
right? And then you eat, and now you're eating and laying down. Man, Fritz, there's been times, man, where I ate in the bed, bro. Chat, anybody know anything about that? By eating in the bed? You ever ate in the bed? That's when you know things gone too far. When you eat in the bed, things gone too far. That would be that. So Fritz, you know I have a spreadsheet pulled up, right?
Yep.
You know, I ate. So chat, this is so for those that are new here, my apologies. This is how I collect my thoughts, right? How I collect my thoughts, right? Is by writing stuff down. This is something that I learned in 2024, right? Do you have bad habits? Yes, absolutely. Right? How do you shake those? How do you shake those bad habits? Well, start writing stuff down, right? And so I'm going to share this with everybody, right? I'm just going to share this spreadsheet with everybody. And I'm sorry about being a nerd about it. And if you're new here, um, I'm trying to do better, right? So I'm going to say, Fritz, bad habit number one. If you do this, this is something that you need to change. Eating in the bed. Right. I'm going to put this on the screen. Share this with us. And it's not pretty, everybody. So just bear with me. So bad habit number one is this. If you do this, cut it out. Right. If you do this, cut it out immediately. Right. Fritz, is that something that you encounter?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I'm just not. Yeah. Yeah, the way I eat is like, yeah.
Wherever you can get that meal in, then that's what it is, right? Right.
Um. Okay. The way I kind of do it now is I fast. I fast all day. Like
Okay.
I'm not eating meals usually during the day.
Right.
So usually it's like around 11:30. It's like, oh, I didn't eat.
Yeah.
And
Right. Right.
it's like,
Right.
oh, let me see what I can eat.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel you, bro.
And then you're not gonna like, oh, let me sit at the table and eat
Right.
this. Like, nah. It's just like, yo, let me watch this and eat something.
Right. Yep. So this is what so I'm gonna just add this right here, just so that it'll be easier for everybody to see on the screen. So the bad habits, I'm going to have that be to infinity because I have a lot of those. I have, I have a lot of bad habits. So I'm going to have that be in slightly red, and then I'm going to have this be in slightly green. Right. And this is for me. And so this is not a self-help thing. This is for me, everybody. This is what I need to do. And so if you agree and if you have pointers or whatever and you're watching, and just add it to the chat. And if you're watching this on replay, then we'll read your comments also. So a good habit would be, let me make sure these are right. Plan your meals. Does that make sense, bro?
Yeah, plan your meals.
Yeah. Plan your meals. That makes sense, right? Right. And thing number 2, what I would consider is a good habit, right? Is know your dietary goals. That's a good habit. Right. Know your dietary goals. Right. So Fritz, what would be a bad habit that we could share with everybody to let them know what a bad habit is, something that they can change?
Dietary bad habits.
No.
Okay.
I mean, well, yeah, dietary habits, yeah, but I mean overall, and like, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's the word to use. Yeah.
Dietary bad habits. One dietary bad habit's like that's really bad is drinking out of the bottle. Like usually, like you don't know what your portion sizes are. You don't portion your food out. So you get that. He's like, yo, I just had a drink. You just drank a 32 ounce something. That's actually like 4 servings of something. Like, so you don't really know what servings. You
That's
just eat
too
things. You know what I mean?
yeah. Somebody told me before that a 16-ounce Pepsi is had the same micronutrients as an 8-ounce steak. So if you drink 3, 4, 5, 6 16-ounce sodas, that's like you ate 3, 4, 5, 6 8-ounce steaks, right?
But soda is really bad for you.
Right.
And I probably early in life didn't know how bad it was. Because the education just wasn't there.
Right.
It just wasn't there. Like now I know, like soda is really bad for you. And yeah, it's like really bad for you. And then they never give you the portions, but you read on the side of the bottle isn't the portion. So you're usually
the
drinking
bottle may
5
have 2
times.
servings in it.
Yeah, 20-ounce Coke has like 2.5 servings.
2.5 servings in it. Yeah. But it don't look like.
No, it just looks like one. That's what they give you with the meal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Man. I'm gonna add one that is gonna be questionable but true.
Smoking, yeah.
Every
Never
doctor
done it.
that I've ever talked to, every physician, whether it's guys I don't know or whether it's say my brothers, my frat brothers, they are, hey bro, smoking is no good for you,
No.
right? The
A
more,
lot of the
go ahead, bro.
no, I also see a lot of these young kids. It's like, vaping isn't smoking. Like vaping is smoking, bro.
Yeah, vaping and smoking, man. What are they talking about? Right. I remember a dude told me one time, he was like, yo, how do you smoke weed off that paper, bro? I smoke weed in a bomb. Bro, it's more pure. Bro, smoking is smoking, bro. Smoking is
Mhm.
smoking. Smoking is smoking, regardless how you ingest chemicals into your lungs. You're still putting chemicals in your lungs.
Mhm.
Right. And I know, Fritz, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is one of the things I gotta say to my people. I know a few of y'all that have quit smoking and gained weight. Right. I know a few of y'all that did that. Like you legit replaced one habit with another. Right. Like you legit, like you've seen, like I have aunties in them that when we look back at their pictures back in the day, they tall drinks of water, bro, super skinny, and they got them two fingers up with that and them pictures back from the 70s, 60s, and 70s. You know what I'm saying? With they naturals out all the way out here. They naturals is all the way out here. Maybe they got the Foxy Brown hairband around, and they got that Virginia Slim in their hand, and they about 125 pounds, right? And then
Mhm.
they stopped smoking and started having them babies, right?
Mhm.
And then the weight started coming. And they go from Auntie Tisha to Big Mama,
Mhm.
right? And like that natural progression. Just like us, we go from say our street name used to be Slick. Like, yo, you remember, man, Slick used to shoot that ball, man. Now we Uncle Melvin. Right? Because when we got the, you know what I'm saying? Because we done
Is
got
that
that.
Uncle Melvin like happy? You know?
You know what I'm saying? Right. So we do the transition. I think part of the thing that we do is maybe not recognize stuff. So in terms of the self-improvement, man, hey dog, I'm in my 50s, right? So I'm in my 50s, man. I have a birthday coming up in about a week and a half. About a week and a half, I have another birthday coming up, man. Getting closer and closer to 60, right? Right? Like every time I tell myself, I look in the mirror, I'm like, bro, you'll be 60 in a handful of years. 60.
Mhm.
60, bro. Like that is a number when I look at myself. Man, I don't look like a dude that's like
Mhm.
one handful of years away from 60. Right? But if I don't get this thing back on track, will Uncle Freezy make 60? You know what I'm saying? Will Fritz be at my repast eating potato salad? Like I told him to stop eating like that. You know what I'm saying?
That
Will True Music be at my repast on the keyboard? Like I told him about the Mountain Dews. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's one of those things, man, where I feel like this is the year we gotta. And I appreciate you joining me in chat. I appreciate everybody that's here listening to me talk about self-improvement. I think the I guess the overarching thing that I'm saying to Fritz is, bro, I don't think a target weight is the issue. I think my mental and emotional health is the issue.
Mhm.
And for that reason, I think I can't get to my target because my emotional and
Mhm.
mental health at times may be out of order,
Mhm.
right? I'm not saying that I'm clinically depressed. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying
But
that oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
okay, I know you may not be depressed, but some people are, and they don't know what depressed feels like. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because we come from a culture where it's
Taboo.
my culture. Like a lot of these young kids, I can have the culture like a lot of these young kids got. Like my parents is like, suck it up. Like you, what you want me to do for you? Like yo, like we ain't got time for that.
Or money. Or they feel like they don't have money or resources for it.
Nah, like a lot of
I
people,
ain't
like
got no time for
these,
that, bro. I got other things on my mind.
yeah, we ain't got time. Like eh, I see some people, family, they baby their kids. Nah, you gotta get it done. Like I'm gonna get it done. We coming from a get it done type family. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So, something's bothering you, they ain't gonna rub you back. It's like, yo, let's just get it done.
Right. You know what? You know what though? What I would say to that, Fritz? One of the things
Mm-hmm.
that I learned in 2024
Mm-hmm.
is maybe our parents are dealing with the same issues, emotional
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and mental insufficiencies for certain stuff, and they don't know
Yeah.
how to handle it because the
Yeah.
generation before them may have had mental and emotional insufficiencies, and they handled it the best that they could, keeping one
Yeah.
foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Like we you may have some families where alcoholism may have been like a big issue in their family, and instead of getting counseling, all they do is get strict. All they
Yeah,
do is get strict. It's like, yo, ain't nobody drinking. They just get strict. Like it's not. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna hold hands. We ain't gonna talk about it. But it's just that come from the Haitian background, Southern background.
which I know about
You know how
Haitian,
it
bro.
is.
I know about Southern, bro.
Yo. Yeah.
So I just
Yeah, my family, my family, like there was no drinking, like no drinking,
right,
like no drinking, like it was like I think my dad had like some bad, not his experiences, but his college friends bad experiences, what I
right,
call, and
right,
other people in the family with their parents, they had bad experiences with alcohol. So instead of like holding hands and crying about it, it's like they ain't gonna touch the stuff. Ain't nobody around me gonna touch stuff. That's just how they deal with it. We just don't come from a culture of like therapy and stuff. That's not our our background.
right, right.
Also, weight
DSJ,
loss, same thing.
what
So
same thing.
same thing. It's like, yo, get in the gym.
So one of the biggest lies ever told is that weight loss happens in the gym. Weight loss happens in the kitchen, everybody.
Mhm.
Weight loss happens in the kitchen, right? DSJ says there's also the stigma of mental health being associated with inability and insanity, which is another fear mechanism. Right. Yep. Yep. And that's not even what DSJ said. Absolutely true. And that's not even a culture thing. That's
Mm-mm.
a human race thing, right?
Mhm.
All races deal with it, right? The
I,
fear of not being rock steady.
yeah, I I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it, but in my family, we had, you know, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Like I literally couldn't wrap my head around it.
Right.
Like what was it? I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like PTSD, kind of.
Right.
And you're just like, what? You have a fear of what?
Right.
You didn't have a fear of this last week,
Right.
or last year.
Right.
Oh, just do this and you'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah,
One
it was
of
a
the
learning
things-
experience.
One of the things I realized, let me. So I have 2 points I want to raise. So the one you said about alcoholism. See, I come from the complete opposite, right? Like my father was an alcoholic,
Mhm.
and his father was alcoholic, right? And my great grandfather was alcoholic, and so on and so on and so on, right? And so
Mhm.
with me and my generation of cousins, like you know how your ring of cousins, you know how you have your all your uncles and his brother's kid, your father and his brother's kids, all your cousins, right? All of us, we have this thing where it's we can't be that sloppy drunk guy no more. Our family was
Mhm.
known for drinking and partying, playing cards, playing spades, smoking cigarettes, drinking champagne, right? Drinking Budweiser, drinking Schlitz, right? Smoking Winston's. You know what I'm saying? The Tri-Barrel Gigolo is in the building. Salute. So we're known. My family is known for that, right? See, but what we're not known for is understanding what mental and emotional hindrances faced us and how to come up with a healthy and safe coping mechanism for those hindrances.
Mhm.
My family's not known for that. My family is known for the opposite. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I never really liked how people act on alcohol. So I've never like when I've gone out, believe me, I couldn't drink in my own house. But and whenever I've gone out, I've never had more than 2 drinks. Never.
Right.
I've never like because people they be talking reckless. They say some things they can't take back, and they don't remember that they said them things.
Right.
I never want to be like that. So I'm like, nah.
I'm gonna tell you a true story, Fritz. It's gonna make you laugh. Every time I think about it, it makes me laugh, right? So I'm hanging out with my pops, right? And I'm not gonna name the other people that were there in order to protect the innocent because they had nothing to do with how this thing went down. So, true story. It's a Saturday afternoon, and a R&B group that is in a funk group that is in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in my father's backyard. I'm not going to say their names. All I'm going to say is we were in Jersey City, New Jersey, right? That's all I'm going to say. They in the backyard. I'm a kid. I don't know how big they are. I don't even know why they even, you know what I'm saying? Why I don't even know why they're even famous. They're in the backyard. My little brother come up, rest his soul, right? He come running. You remember how y'all know how in the city houses will have an alleyway, like a big alleyway in between houses where both they share a driveway, they drive their cars in one backyard or other backyard or whatever.
Yep.
And so my brother come running up the driveway, the alleyway to the backyard, and he was like, "The ice cream truck up the street." Right? Ice cream. And so my pops is back there with this R&B group, I guess he trying to impress them. They're all the, and when I say Fritz, when I say all of them are pissy drunk, you know how dudes are so drunk they like step in the imaginary hole, like they trying to keep their balance and all that stuff. And I'm like, and so I talked to my father. I'm like, and Fritz, no lie, I'm like 11 years old, right? And I probably shouldn't have been this way, but the whole time you've been around me, you know I'm this way, right? Like I'm not fronting. I don't put up a front for nobody. I don't have time to try to fake impress people on the internet. That's not who I am, right? Either you like me or you don't, right? That's just how I am, right? So I look at my father. I'm like, Jim, give me your wallet so I can go buy me and my sister and brother some ice cream. And he like, what you call me? I'm like, Jim, I ain't got no time for these games, bro. The ice cream truck up the street, right? So my father's name is Jim, right? And he used to hate when I called him Jim. He wanted me to call him Daddy or Pops or something like that. Him and my mother they had me when they were young, like she was 19 or 20, and he was like 23, 24, which sounds like it's old. But if you're in your 40s, you remember how young you were when you were 24, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Jim, give me your wallet so I can go buy some ice cream. I ain't giving you my wallet. Is you crazy? I'm like, Jim, I just want some ice cream, man. He drunk, like sidestepping. Like, I'm like, yo, you ain't got no money? He went, I got money. I'll buy the whole damn ice cream truck if I want to. This is how drunks do. Like, they're not reasonable. Right? Fritz, he go in his wallet. I reach for it, and no lie, he sucker punched me in the chest. Fritz, I thought I was dead, bro. Like he hit me so hard in the middle of my chest, I thought I was dead. But as a kid from the early 70s, right, you know that you ain't really dead. You just hurt for like 18 years, right? But back then. That was acceptable, right? The group that the army, they was like, see, that's what you get. See, in the music group that was in the backyard, they was like, hey, Lil Freezy, that's what you get for running your mouth. You shouldn't be running your mouth like that. Like, and I'm like, man, I just wanted some ice cream, man. You know what I'm saying? So my father, no lie, goes drunk walking all the way up the street. Now, when I say drunk walking, right, imagine the sidewalk is about 12 feet wide, right? You know, the sidewalk is wide, right? Right. And you know, on the street, sometimes the sidewalk is uneven. You know, a tree root or push up. You know, y'all know the city. So he drunk walking. He'll stagger to one side and lean on a car and then get his balance and then mess around and be all the way on the other side of the sidewalk, rub it up against somebody's gate, snagging his shirt on it. You know, the things that stick up on top of the gate. You know what I'm saying? He gets to the ice cream truck. And he like, look at me and my sister and brother. Hurry up, what y'all want? And like, Jim, I just want some ice cream, man. And this is just me egging it on. Like, hey, man, if you broke, I'll just ask Miss Jones to buy some ice cream. Like talking to my father, right? My father, I bought a whole goddamn truck. And my father legit takes out all this money and puts it on the thing and like, yo, give me everything you got up here. Fritz, this man buys the entire neighborhood ice cream, right? Anything they want. People running out their house. Oh, Jimmy buying ice cream for the whole neighborhood. They running down. They ain't even been out there. They just running out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody buying ice cream for the whole neighborhood, right? So this girl that I'm trying to talk to, that's what we called it back in the days, talking. When you were talking to somebody, right? Like you were trying to be their girlfriend or boyfriend. We called it talking to, right? So this girl I was trying to talk to, she was out there. She was like, yo, daddy's so nice. He buy y'all ice cream and shit. And I was like, no, he drunk. He drunk, right? So Fritz, so I mess around. She give me her telephone number. My father walked back in the backyard with the dudes. They back there rolling their little, I ain't gonna say their name, right? Because it ain't fair to them. But they rolling their little pen illegal substance so that they can smoke, right?
Hmm.
Right. Look like a little lollipop stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they go back there, they laugh, and he back there. I bought ice cream for the whole for the whole. I told him, where you at, little freezer? And I walked back there with the girl. So I'm like, come, such and such of them in the backyard. You want to see him? She's like, yeah. So I walked back there with the little girl. I'm 11. I think she had just turned 12. I was about to turn 12, by the way. We like in the same grade or whatever. I think we was like in 6th grade or something. What year was this? It might have been 76, 77. It don't matter. So they see me walk back there with the ice cream, and the girl, she got her little ice cream, whatever. And they like, look a little freezy. Okay, I see you, boy. You know what I'm saying? So they right there. So they start singing. They singing, right? That's what they did. Singing group. They drunk. They singing. They having a good time on a holiday weekend, right? Fritz, no lie. I spent a weekend with my pops because my parents were separated, right? My sister and brother go home, right? My sister and brother go home. They walk all the way back up to the hill by themselves. That's another, bro. How you 8 years old and 6 years old, and you walk all the way home cross town? That's like an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old walking home in Brooklyn, right? Walking from East New York to Flatbush, right? And you 8 years old, you 6 years, and nothing happened. They trust you. But anyway, they walk home. No, matter of fact, I remember walking them halfway. I walked them halfway because the girl that I was trying to talk to, she lived halfway also. So I walked her halfway, walked them halfway, and then I came back, right? The next day, no lie, I'm up watching cartoons. My pops told me to wash dishes if I went to sleep. I didn't do it. So I tried to jump up the next morning before he wake up to wash dishes, right? And so to end the story, he comes running in the kitchen, butt ass naked the next morning. I'm washing dishes. He's like, hey! And I'm like, it's a grown man in a doorway, butt naked. I'm 11 years old. Right? I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, it's a grown man in the kitchen. And I'm like, it wasn't me. He's like, I don't care who it was. Somebody took all my money. And I was like, Jim, you sure somebody took all your money? Stop calling me Jim. Like, Jim, you sure somebody took all your money? I looked at my wallet. Man, most of my money gone. I was like, is all of it gone? He's like, no, most of it. And I was like, hey, you bought the ice cream truck yesterday. Fritz, he cussed me out like a... Now, he's sober now, butt naked in the kitchen, right? Butt naked in the kitchen, cussing me out like a dog. I ain't bought no GD, blah, 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 ice cream truck. Where that? I'm like, no, you ain't bought the ice cream truck, man. You bought yesterday when you was drinking, you bought everything off the ice cream truck. People legit, it was going to their house with a big barrel of ice cream because you bought it. And so he was like, cussing me out. Get the F out of here. Ain't nobody bought no ice cream. What kind of fool would buy the whole ice cream truck? And I ain't say nothing. And so Fritz, you know what happened, right? He was so mad at me for trying not to. So he came back. He went in there. He went to take a shower and shaved. Remember when men used to shave back then? They used to have all the shaving cream all over and all in their face, shaving with it coming back. Got me from buying an ice cream truck. I mean, you grown. I'm 11. Right? I had to tell him, like, yo, okay. I was like, yo, I'll do it next time. Right? Next time you try to buy the whole ice cream truck, I'll try to stop you. Right? And so it's one of them things where when you mentioned people be outside of their senses, their normal self when they drink, I
Mhm.
know that firsthand, bro. I lived it.
Mhm.
I lived it. And when I was going through that, like as I was seeing, my people go through that, I was like, I ain't gonna never do that. Ever. That ain't never gonna be me. I ain't never gonna be that. I'm gonna have my stuff together. Now, did I? And so the reason why and so Fritz, the reason why they call me Uncle Freezy is when I was little, it was me. I'll never forget me and another dude on my block they used to call Pop, right? And me and this dude named Pop used to go through the same thing. We the same age, right? Right. He kind of had the adult in his situation, kind of, even though he was a kid, and they used to call him Pops, right? And then they used to call me Uncle Freezy because I was kind of in that situation. Like my mom's was good, right? My father had issues, right? And so that's why I get that name because when my friends was like, when they get like, how Christmas come or say some occasion come and they give you money for your occasion, whatever it is. Like
Mhm.
say you did a good job doing something and somebody give you $5
Mhm.
and you be outside trying to buy the whole ice cream truck up for the neighborhood. I'd be like, Fritz,
Mhm.
don't buy up the whole ice cream truck, right? Yo, don't even let nobody know that you got money, right? Don't bring all your money outside at one time. Leave your money in the house. Just bring 50 cents
Mhm.
outside, right? And so people be looking at me like, yo, man, he like my uncle, except we the same age. I'm older than him. And he treating me like I'm his nephew. Well, it's
Mhm.
because I had been through a certain thing and I saw how it worked out. And I was like, nah, don't do that, bro. Right. So, but anyway, I don't know how we got from the weight loss thing to this thing here. But in terms of the habits and things part, yeah. Just to bring it back to what we were talking about. Just to bring it back to what we were talking about. Um, yeah, bro. So I saw that stuff that you were talking about firsthand. Fortunate for me and my family, nobody was ever seriously injured, and there was not violence attached to it. It was just calamity attached to it,
Mhm.
right? Right. Which, in the grand scheme of things, it still had the same effect on me, I guess. You feel me? Like always wanting to coach people and to prevent people from making like these weird missteps and things of that sort because I had been through so much. But at the same time, Fritz, I'll share this with you. I think that's the reason why at times I may have the mental and emotional instability at times, not because I'm not rock steady. It's just because I don't have an outlet. You ever saw like the tea kettle, the teapot on the stove? When so much
Mhm.
pressure get to it at one point, it just got to release some tension. That's where
Mhm.
my emotional and mental instabilities come from. And then I what I find is in those emotional and mental instabilities, I take comfort in food instead of love. Right. That's where like for instance, I don't know and I just don't I don't know. I think what it is like the reason why I take comfort in food is because I don't know how to be a receptacle for love. Like I'm legit now learning how to give it. Like I'm learning how to be loving, right? And I'm learning that. So I'm like in the second grade of learning how to be loving, right? In terms of receiving love I think I'm not even in school yet. I'm still a toddler in that stage of
Mhm.
receiving love. Like I don't know how to receive love. And so I take my comfort in that gap with food.
Mhm.
And so anytime something goes wrong, right? Anytime something goes wrong, instead of me going to somebody that love me and I can share a thing with, I eat.
Mhm.
And so I really didn't even realize that until I just said it out loud. There it is.
Mhm.
50,000 years old and don't even know why you can't lose the weight you want to lose.
Mhm.
Now I know.
Also, I know, like now I don't really associate food the way I used to,
Right.
but it was also like a reward system. Like food was reward. Like, um, I remember my first job. I'm my first job. I was 16, and I was the youngest person by far. Like everybody else in my job was 40 plus.
Right.
I don't know why I was so young when I worked this job, but they would reward themselves with food. It was a whole bunch of Italians.
Right.
And he's, yo, we did a good job today. Yo, I'm gonna call up the Italian place and we gonna eat Italian. Like that's
Right.
how they rewarded themselves.
Right.
Like, or you can have a bad habit. Oh, I had a good workout today. I'm gonna reward myself. Or I had a long day today. I'm gonna reward myself.
Oh,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Right. I do.
That's that's a bad habit.
That's yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know, especially my coworkers. It was like, and they were like a generous group. So like the boss would buy you, yo, like, y'all did a good job. Let me spring for like food for everybody. That's how
Right.
they rewarded themselves. And
Right.
even in school, they kind of enforce that kind of too. So
Right.
that mentality can go for it. You got to kind of cut that out.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 It's yeah. And it's, yo, Pete is in the building. Yo, Pete, man. Yo, I'm not trying to come off like a salt. Y'all already know. Y'all already know the vibes, bro. Like I'm legit the opposite of the. I'm trying not to be that guy that solves everything with throwing hands. Like I'm walking back from that. Like I'm taking steps back from conflict resolution. Don't necessarily mean we got to take this thing outside. That can't be the resolution for everything, right? Like yo, what? Now see now I got to get you dentures, right? This. It can't be that all the time. We got to walk. I'm trying to walk back from being that, right? And so when I say these things as a man that has gotten close in a very masculine kind of way, kind of gotten close to some of the people that subscribe to the channel. Like Pete is my Wayne Peterson, that's one of my guys. Allah Wise, that's one of my guys. DSJ, that's one of my guys. True Music, the Triborough Gigolo, and everybody that come through and helps this channel be great, right? As those, so you kind of get close to certain people and respect them for them being individuals, and then in the private conversations away from the public forum, like we share like certain things with each other or whatever, right? But Fritz, yet the reward system, bro. I don't know. I, so I like to reward myself with big stuff, right? Like I reward myself with a Mercedes. That's my thing. That's what I like to do.
One day I'll get to that. One day I'll get to that.
No. You may already be there with the reward system. It's just the thing that you reward yourself with, right? Like because I'm there with you with the reward system. Like, man, I did a good job this year, right? You know what I need? I should reward myself. Trade in your BMW X7, X8 and get a Range Rover, right? That's the type of reward I'm talking about. Like, I like that sense of doing a thing, feeling accomplished, going in a place, them treating you like a person. Like, there's Mr. Uncle Freezy right there. No, he coming in to get something. I'm like, hey man, the new GL450s just came in the other day, man. We have 9 of them out back. You want to look at them? We got a burnt orange one back there. You like exotic colors? And you like, this make me feel like I'm somebody. Right? Right? Yeah. 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 That's just, So yeah, like the reward thing, I think I'm right with you. But what's the opposite of reward? What do you do? What do you do when it's the opposite of a reward?
Oh, when you're punishing yourself, like you feel bad, you're down. Some people go crazy. Some people like they like mentally not in it. They just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one way you could tell if you're rewarding yourself by yourself. I think you can really tell. Like if you go out with your friends, that's an enjoyable experience.
Right.
But if you just say, oh, yo, let me give myself a small reward and you just eating by yourself. Like it might be something attached to that. Like might be something emotional attached to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things,
like usually if you're when you reward yourself, it should take some planning. It should take some planning. It shouldn't be an impulse.
Okay. So what do you do in your impulse moments then?
Huh?
What do you do in your impulse? Because you're gonna have them. You're gonna have
impulse.
Right.
I have to know myself. And one thing I try to do is I always, if I can help it, I love options.
Okay.
Like I can't, when you go to work and you have that sandwich in your bag, but you never ate the sandwich.
Yeah.
But you went out and bought something because the sandwich is in the bag.
Yeah.
Because you have one option.
Yeah.
So if I have 4 options, I'm gonna pick one of the 4.
Right.
I tried it. Yeah, that's how I need options. Like, and it's weird. I need options.
When I was younger, way younger, I'm gonna say way because Miss Mocha might hear this, so I'm gonna say way younger. My impulse was the ladies. Right? When I was way younger, I'm just gonna say this out loud in case Miss Mocha can hear me, like in case she ain't within earshot. 50, 70 years ago, right? Was the ladies, right? Like legit, if I saw a lady, bro, I felt like if it was my duty to holler, to see what I can do, right? I felt like it was my obligation. Like the universe would not be right if I saw, and this is 80 years ago, 90, this is 200 years ago, right? If a lady was sexy, cool, sassy, right? Right. If a lady was that, bro, the day had to stop on a dime. I don't care where we was at or what we were doing. Don't matter. I remember I think me and my cousin Eric were at Newport Center in Jersey City in a rush. We were meeting somebody, right? We were running late, right? We were meeting somebody, we were running late. We were going through the thing, and I saw a lady, and I was like, yo, hold on, I'll be right back. And he was like, yo, where you go? Bro, we late. And bro, let me just do this thing real quick. Right. And so, you stop to holler, you say what it is that you're gonna say, and you're just gonna pick at that lock and pick at that lock and pick at that lock until that door open. Right. Right. It don't matter. Like to me, that was like an impulse that I had to get under control.
Yeah.
Then
Usually you could tell it's an impulse because your ass is up. Why did you do that? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Like it don't matter what was important at the time. Something is, and what you did was an impulsive thing because your priorities shift in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The most important thing is now the second most important thing because an impulse came up. Mm-hmm. Right. I remember, my cousin, no lie, I have a cousin right now who every time we get together, he tells the same story. He's like, yo, I was with Uncle Freezy and this lady was bringing people up at the thing and she was fine. And he walked up to her and she was all busy and the lady just screamed, what do you want? And he was like, I want a girl with extension in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, a Fendi bag, and a bad attitude. That's all I need to get me in a good mood. Right? Everybody laughed. The lady stopped. She like, come back after my shift over. I go back after the shift over and I bought her these things. I don't know if y'all ever heard of these things, but they were brand new at the time. They were called mozzarella sticks. Right? This was like a brand new thing. Right? Like, Fritz, you ever heard of mozzarella sticks?
All too familiar.
Oh, okay. So this is like 1990. This is like 1990, 91, something like that. I went and I spent $6. I spent $6 and bought her a tray of mozzarella sticks. Right? That was a thing, bro, because you remember, so everybody back then, when I'm talking about onion rings was the new hotness, right? Onion rings and I think Cool Ranch Doritos. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I remember when Cool Ranch Doritos first came out. This is that era, right? So generally, shorties back then was like, yo, buy me some onion rings from Poppy's. Okay. But then mozzarella sticks came out. And no lie, man. So I bought her a tray of mozzarella sticks. Fritz, it cost $6. I was like, yo, what the hell is in them things? $6. Because back then you can get 4 chicken wings and rice for $2.99 and then get you a drink for like 50 cents, RC Cola or something. Right. And so I remember them things costing $6, but I got her number and we talked on the phone all night. And my cousin, no lie, tells that story every time we get together. He like, yo, you remember that girl? I forget the name of the store, but it was a big, for anybody that knows Jersey City, it was like the big store in that little strip mall across from the Bayonne bowling alley. Y'all remember the bowling alley in Jersey City? Right there by Bayonne. It's like a little shopping center. You go across the street, man. It's like 3 stores over there. And it was a little a broad in there. And my man wanted to just stop in there and just look real quick. He was going to be in and out. They had a line. I just walked up to straight in front of the line. They're like, yo, what you do? Yo, she ringing people up. And Frit, impulse, bro. Impulse. Now, those impulses, I don't have anymore because I already met somebody and I don't, certain impulses just get solved, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Certain impulses just keep get solved, right? The impulse that I'm gonna add, do you think you have an impulse like the options impulse in 2025? Is it important enough for you to subdue those impulses in 2025 to reach your goal?
Yeah. So I have to overcome it with planning. So it's like to you gotta always, you have to shop ahead of time. So you have to go to the grocery store or Instacart. I do
Right.
Instacart.
Right.
So you plan, this week I'm gonna get this, and this. And I'll make sure I have enough options that I don't sit around and say, oh, ain't nothing in here. Let me just go get whatever. I'm always gonna have an option. Always make sure I have an option that you know what? There's a couple options
You
I
know what?
can't say to myself that I need to break this and get that.
Can I tell you something? I'm gonna be totally honest with
Mhm.
you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say this, and it's gonna sound like I'm shooting the gas. But when I first
Mhm.
saw you, I was like, man, I gotta be careful around this dude because he sound like he's slick with the ladies. I can't be around like dudes like this, get me in
Mhm.
trouble, have me living with my mother in my mother back room. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this dude name is Fritz, bro. You already every
Oh
player,
man.
every player you ever met in your life was named Tristan or Donovan or Fritz
Mhm.
or some
Nah.
name like that where they, you know what I'm saying? Where look, no lie, no lie. Um, I think the dude, I can't remember the dude's I can't remember. I know his street name. I know his street name. I can't remember what his real name is. I think it might have been like Ricardo or something, right? Jamaican dude, right? He passed away, right? We at the funeral, like I ain't really like wasn't really close with him. He was like the community hero, right? Like good in the hood, kind of
Mhm.
certified.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, any street dudes in here, you know of the dude that's certified in the streets. You know the guy I'm talking about, y'all. I'm not talking about a kingpin. I'm talking about the dude that always was well
You make sure
dressed.
everybody was good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he good. Everybody around him good. Always well
Yeah.
dressed. Ain't nobody mess with him. Right. So
Mhm.
we go to the funeral, right? And we hear so much commotion. I'm walking in the door. You know, I'm Fly Fritz. I'm out dressing everybody, bro. Like if I go to I'm out dressing the dude in the casket, bro. Right? That's me, right? That's my intent. Yo, Wise is like Trevor. That might have been his name, Trevor. That might have been his name, bro. That might have been my man name for real. Because I didn't know his. And you know how we only know people by their street name, right?
Mhm.
Right. And so we go in, and it's such a come. It's like this small old
Mhm.
church, and we walking down the block to the church or whatever, and we hear all this commotion. And what? Long story short, Fritz. Long story short, my man's wife is in there upset because not only did her husband pass away, but now all these ladies showing up, beating her to the
Oh.
casket. Pete, Pete, is ladies legit showing up and they trying to dive in the casket, right? And so I'm there with my man's. I'm there with my man's. It's two of them, both of them named Keith. Don't judge me. I don't search for friends named Keith, right? It was just Keith from across the street and Keith from up the block. That's just what it is, right? Whatever. It's ladies, Fritz. It's like 8 or 9 ladies in there trying to dive in the camp, pushing the wife out of the way. right? Because and so chat is because they pencil whipped, right? That's what it is. Like he was a player, right? He was like the dude. He like, man, I ain't trying to get in no, but they couldn't resist him. You know what I'm saying? They could, I mean, they legit couldn't resist this man,
Mhm.
right? 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 Bro, I mean, what?
Mm.
Right? They couldn't resist this man. It's dudes, Fritz, no lie, right? Coming out of the church, like the ladies that were like trying to, they following the casket, they are walking with 15 and 16-year-old dudes that look just like the dude in the casket.
Mm. Mm.
Crazy impulsive, right? Kind of like me telling that
Yeah.
story, impulsive. I'm an impulsive storyteller. I can't help it. Yeah, crazy impulsive. I just told a story. I can't help it. Impulsive storyteller. I can't help it.
Mm.
But anyway, that's the reason why I asked that. For one, when I first met Fritz, I was like, I don't know if I should invite him to this thing. What I'll do is because he looked like the type of dude that'll be like, you know what I'm saying, like all the ladies, a dude that like sing on the side or whatever. He like the dude that you go to the function and he busts out and starts singing and take all the ladies. Not that I want any of them, right? But he
Mm.
looked like the dude that's that type dude. I got to be careful
Mm.
around Fritz because he looked like that type of guy. Come to find out, he kind of like is as straightforward as you can get when it comes to the stuff and trustworthy, dependable, right? You don't meet people that often, right?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't slick with the ladies. No, not my background. Not my background. No,
Right,
I come from like strict religious background.
right.
We wasn't even. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No doubt. So let me get
Yeah.
back. Let me get back on the topic. That's one of the things that I was promising myself this year. Like, man, stay on topic, dog. Like, stay on
Mhm.
topic. I'm gonna put a sign up in here somewhere that says stay on topic. But I don't know if the impulse thing for me is a thing. I think for me, finding and keeping that emotional balance
Mhm.
is the key, and mental balance. Like, you know how, like, when how you get tired, you may not be as mentally sharp as you
Mhm.
know you can be when you're tired. But like you do you look, one of my weaknesses, for instance, sometimes I'm 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 tired and you can see it on my face, but I
Mhm.
try to work through it instead of getting rest. People be like, man, I can see it in your eyes, bro. You tired, man. Go get some sleep. Like, nah, bro. If I go to sleep, the Knicks are gonna trade. The Knicks are gonna trade for Giannis if I go to sleep. You ever had that sense? Fridge, you know what I
No,
mean?
I got to experience it all. Like I'm the type of person. We come from you know the right now. Like a lot of people hating. Diddy ain't the highest person in esteem right now, but the culture that I come from, the '90s, is you sleep when you die. Like
Can't stop that.
you gotta get everything done. You gotta experience everything. You gotta take it all
Yeah,
in, and you're just trying to stuff everything in.
right,
That's where I come from. Like
right,
it's extreme. Like when I was working, I was extreme with it.
right.
I was extreme with it.
So you didn't have a mentor then.
Um.
You didn't have somebody say,
Okay.
Fritz, man, work-life balance. You're not gonna make all the money.
My
You're
dad.
not gonna learn everything.
My dad.
Okay.
But
But you didn't listen
it's
to
kind of
him.
complicated. No, it was kind of complicated because my dad wanted to go a different way. Okay, like oh, maybe it was with everybody or even with black kids, but you're always kind of competing with your father. You know what I mean? You want to be better off. My dad's smart dude, like smart dude,
Right.
but really doesn't care about money. But I like money.
Right.
So I'm like,
Right.
yo, I can't. I kind of grew up kind of didn't have everything.
Right.
I want to get ahead. And it doesn't, I didn't really get ahead because I honestly, you kind of got blackballed from being a little too honest. So,
Right.
you know, but
No, I know
I
what you
was the
mean.
type of person, I was kind of like fight the system type. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
They wasn't going to promote you, but I'm going to make them give me what I want.
Right.
They ain't going to give you what you want.
No, first they're never going to give you what you want. And
So,
you know what? You know what I learned from an insider?
mhm,
What I learned from an insider is you're not the only person in that company that thinks the same way. And what
mhm,
happens is you in your position see the two people ahead of you and you think they're holding you back. But the two or three people ahead of you see two or three people
mhm,
ahead of them holding them back. And then the two or three people ahead of the two or three people that are holding Fritz back are being held back by two or three people. Right.
mhm,
And it's this thing of the person at the very, very, very top is benefiting from all the competition between Fritz and those two or three people, and those two or three people, and those two or three people, just behind the person that is in charge of everything.
mhm,
And so that competition makes the one at the top win,
mhm.
right? Because they're
Yeah.
getting high performances because people are competing. Now, when
Yeah.
they give you what you want, are you going to continue to perform at that level? Is the question. I was told this,
Mhm.
and so I've been in a billionaire, and I've been in a room with a billionaire once in my life. That's it, just one time. I know a lot of y'all know billionaires. I mean, I know a lot of millionaires, right? And I consider millionaires the people that bounce between 900,000 and probably 1.5. They're in that, you can call them, if you're say 900,000, they're one lick away from being a millionaire again. So you just put them in
Yeah.
that cat, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Mhm.
And the people that's 1.5, they're one bad investment away from being six figures, right?
Mhm.
I was in a room with a billionaire once, and he told me, he was like, everybody was trying to impress him. Like, yeah, I bought a Ferrari last week, man. And he told me that I couldn't change the color. Right. And they were like doing all these things trying to impress the billionaire. Right. And so I tell this story all the time. I sat beside him with pen and paper. Right. And everybody was walking around. This is like 2 hours. Right. People walking by like, hey, Bob, I just invested in such and such and such. And he's like, so? And I'm not laughing. I'm just sitting there because I ain't got no business. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not even a thousandaire. Right. Right now, I think I might have, like, on a Sunday night, I might have $55 to my name. Now, all my bills paid? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Right. Can I go get money at the bank? Yeah, probably if I needed it. Right. But I don't, you know, right. Do I have access to money? Yeah. But I sat by that dude, right? I sat by that dude, and he went up front and he was like, man, thank y'all for having me here. You know, generally I don't do these type of functions, man, but you guys are passionate about a thing. And he was like, man, to be honest with you, the person I'm most impressed with in this room, and everybody started, getting their ties straight because they think he already called them up on stage, right? And he was like, Uncle Freezy, where's Uncle Freezy at? And I'm in the back. with my head down with one headphone. And you know how you listening to your music, listening kind of. He's like, Uncle Freezy. Where's Uncle Freezy at? Everybody's like, who? And I'm like, and I'm looking like, did he just call me? I'm like, hey, did somebody? He's like, yo, come here. And so, no lie, he called me up on the little. It's not like a stage, it's like the little elevated platform. It's not a stage, but like the little platform where they have the guest speaker at. It's like, come here. And so he was like, yo, the whole 2 hours we was in here, all that young man did was take notes. Right? He didn't ask me what I did. He didn't even ask me my name. Right? He didn't try to make small talk. He didn't try to impress me with such and such and such. He was just taking notes the whole time. He was like, yeah, Uncle Freezy. So what do you want to share your notes with everybody and say? I was like, nah, these are my notes. And he was like, see, exactly. This is what I'm and I was real with it. I'm like, yo, these are my notes. I ain't shit. Nah, if y'all want to, y'all should have did it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And this is me being Uncle Freezy 100% all the time. Like the millionaire folks in the room, they already know how to be successful at some level because they're at a certain level. Whether it was given to them and they maintained it, or whether they started off broke and worked their way up to it, they know how to do it. I don't. So the whole time I was just in there taking notes, some mental and some written. Right? How do you carry yourself in a room full of wolves? Don't be lunch. Right? You in a room full of wolves, right? You don't have to be a wolf. You just don't be lunch. Right? That's just that was my mindset, right? So Fritz, I don't know why you be having me get off topic, bro. Do I need a moderator?
We can go all day, man.
I know. But I guess my main thing is, I guess in these last few moments that we kicking it here, I guess I should do goal setting. Do you have your goal set for 2025? Like how you achieve it?
Okay. Okay. I do. The things I will say about this year, it's a little different, is I think I have the right people in place that I haven't had before. Like, this is constantly a goal for like the last 11 years. So the last 11 years, probably 11 years ago, is when I knew my knee situation would never be the same. It would be, I knew it was going to be a lifelong condition. But I dealt with a lot of doctors who respect it, but don't respect you.
No.
And they don't listen to you. And they're probably respected doctors because they've had a lot of success. And sometimes their success is a negative. Because when you hit them with something new, they're like, nah, I've done this. I got this. Or you hit them, you give them something they have to think about, and they don't want to think. Nah, just trust me. Just trust me, bro.
Right.
What
I would say to that, just real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. I'm sorry.
No, and then your support system, the people who care for you. It's like, nah, just listen to them. But as but like honestly, like I really got this issue, and they're like, nah, we'll worry about that later. And everything's, and I say, yo, I got an explanation. Nah, just trust me. And if you don't have especially, you should really see a medical professional even before you get started on something like this, because you don't know where you're deficient in, you don't know where you're going to naturally gravitate toward. If you don't know that, like you could be just trying your hardest and it just ain't gonna work. Just because it ain't gonna work, not that you didn't try. So
Are you willing
if
to
your
share
body,
parts of your journey? Are you willing to share
oh
parts
yeah,
of your journey with us? Yeah.
yeah, honestly, yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, it kind of started like I had this big knee injury when I was in my young 20s.
Okay.
Like I work accident. You go to the doctor that your job says to go to, and just like, oh, give it a month and you go back to work. You fine.
Yeah.
Come to find out, your leg is really messed up, and they just want you to go back to work, and they just want it to kind of go away.
The second
And
part is probably the most accurate.
yeah, they
They
want
just
it to
want to
go
go
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was never took me about 2 years to get like to where I feel comfortable. I had to work. Like, I mean, I had to get in the gym. But after like 2 years, I started having some strange issues. Like, you know how you be sitting and your leg go fall asleep?
Yeah, I know that.
I would be walking and my leg would fall asleep.
Yeah,
While I'm
cross
walking.
circulation. Yeah. Yep.
Poor circulation.
Yeah.
I would call my doc. I talked to my job. We don't. Yeah, they're dragging their feet. They don't want to give me no numbers. And within that time, yeah, I'm at home. I really shouldn't have been walking on it, but you know how I am. I'm gonna fight through anything. Break my leg. Like before, I had an issue with my leg. This time, I literally snapped my kneecap, and yeah, never the same. I've gone to the doctor since. Doctor's like, you're gonna be fine. Like, do these exercises. Don't worry. You put in enough exercise, you'll be good as new. You just have a torn meniscus. Don't worry about it. You'll be good as new. Month later, no good. You got to get back to work. We ain't give you no more time. I'm keep going back to the doctor. This is like a highly regarded doctor. This is a Nick doctor. This doctor has like all the nicks on his wall. He's a doctor who deals with the nicks.
Yeah,
and he's cocky. We do another surgery. He said, "I'm the best in the world at this. You'll be fine in a couple weeks." Years I'm going back. It just ain't working.
Yeah.
And it's years for him to give me a straight answer. He's like, yo, yeah, it was never gonna work. It was never gonna work. You need you need all new knees. You need all new knees. You need extensive work. You need your ligaments are all messed up. We didn't want to tell you because you're only 25 years old. And we don't want to give you new knees at 25 because you're active. I was very active. Snowboarding, hiking, dancing. I'm doing everything. So we're going to wait till you get older. You get about 40. You get like 35, 40. We'll replace it until wait till you can't walk no more. Then we'll replace it. And then, it'll maybe last you until you're 70. And then you can get in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So we get to that point probably quicker because I've been going at it. I've been hitting the gym 2 days. So I hit that point early.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we would do it. But you weigh too much.
You see how
They
now
don't
another
make
issue
knees.
comes up? Yeah.
We don't make. They make knees, but knees are made for light people.
Knees are made for people that don't need them.
Yeah, don't need them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, oh my God, you see, you just gotta lose weight. And all this time, I kind of been losing weight. I ain't quite had the education, but then I started getting the education. I have a friend who knows a nutritionist, and I see the nutritionist off the books. He
Right.
give me like some good, and I think that first time I started losing weight, and then some things in my life I got depressed. I lost a whole bunch of weight, but after
Right.
that point, I gained it all back.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
yeah, I gained it all back. And ever since then, it's kind of been a fight. It's been a fight.
It's an
And
everyday struggle, bro.
everyday struggle. And it's sometimes you're doing the right things and it's just not working. And I didn't
Right.
quite know that there are like factors that could factor into why you're not losing weight.
Like stress. Stress is a factor.
Stress
High
is a
cortisol
factor.
level. A
Yeah.
lot of things that go
'Cause
into
I'm like, I'm not eating sugar. I'm eating the right thing.
Yep.
But then you'll go see, and then I said, okay. It got to a point. I tried it on my own for 2 years. I know I was trying. I said, let me see a professional. I'm gonna go, a weight loss doctor, like where I live, Yale University, 10 minutes away.
Oh, you're in. Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting.
So yeah, I'm in Connecticut.
I
So
don't know why they keep thinking you live in Coney Island, bro. I don't know why they.
I was born
I
in
don't know
I was,
why
I was
think you live
born in Coney
Brooklyn,
Island.
bro.
I was born in Coney Island, but
Right.
So I'm gonna go 10 minutes away. This is like another renowned doctor from Yale, and he says he has so many like success stories. You go through the orientation. He said, I've never had a failed case. Everybody loses weight. So I sign up with the doctor, and they put you on a nutrition plan.
Right.
So the first person I go through the nutrition plan. My weight was always fluctuating.
Right.
I didn't know why, but now I know why. My weight was always fluctuating. I go through the program, and then they's like, "Oh no, we're gonna put you in another program."
Right.
He puts me in a second program, and it kind of takes a turn for worse. Like instead of getting better, I get sick. I get seriously sick. Like, and I don't know why I feel so bad, but I'm seriously sick. And people I'm around, just stick through it. I said, I can't do this, man. I really can't feel I'm gonna die. Like I'm
Right.
not I physically feel sick
Right.
every day. I get insomnia. So at that point I started getting insomnia. I'm up 24 hours a day. And I can't sleep. And I'm stressed out.
How long ago was that?
I'd say 2017.
Okay.
I would say that was about 2017. Actually, during this time, I lost my job. This is during I lost my job. Going back and forth fighting with the job. They find a way to fire me.
Right.
I wasn't fired. They let me go. So
Right.
so they kind of give me a date. We're gonna give you weight loss surgery on this certain date. But once they decide, oh no, we're just gonna put you in a no program. Why don't you lose another 50? Instead of losing 50, I'm gaining.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick as a dog. And what was kind of in the line, they're like, yo, you're up 20. And they're like,
what are you doing? It's your
You're-
fault. It's probably what they're saying.
No, they said, oh no, it's like, no, we don't have failed pace. They literally put me in a room and it's like, yo, you're not leaving until you admit that you're cheating.
Right.
Like you're not sticking to the program. I'm like, nah, I'm sticking to the program. And he's like, no, you really need to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And that was like the last time. And not until I got up, that was the last time because I ended up in the hospital a couple weeks earlier.
Right.
And after that, I was like, I can't do this.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that, bro.
Yeah. So after that, I went to a regular doctor. Got a new regular doctor. This is not a nutritionist. And nutritionist, regular doctor's like, yo, this is not right. He said, how do you feel? That's when the first time somebody asked me what was going on with me. And so at that point, you start eliminating factors. So even then, it's kind of been like a few years just to get just little things out the way.
Right.
But I think I'm kind of at the point where like, okay, I think if I tried again and stuck to it, it can work. Because I think a lot of those factors are taken care of.
I think this is the place. I think this is the place. And for those that are looking for to accomplish a goal, I think this is the place. It's a safe place where you can come and share. It's judgment free. We don't want anything from you, right? For those of y'all listening, for those of y'all that have challenges, my goal is to lose 100 pounds, right? But my goal
have you ever
I'm sorry, go ahead.
have you had an apnea test or
A what?
sleep apnea test?
No,
Have
I
you
don't
had
do-
a sleep apnea?
no,
Are you sure?
My skin is flawless. I don't have apnea. Look at my skin, bro. My skin is flawless, bro. Yo, it's hey, chat. Yo, it's wild how these dudes laugh in your face. They don't even find it. They just laugh at you. Fritz just laughed at me straight in my face. Fritz just laughed at me straight in my face, mad casual, like mad casual, like that is so disrespectful. What? Okay, all right. I see where we going. Okay, I see where we going here, bro.
No, but like
So
if sleep is the issue,
why would I
definitely.
Why would I get a skin test?
No, it's like a sleep apnea, like you're breathing.
A breathing
when you
test.
sleep. Yeah, when you sleep.
No. A sleep study. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did
Sleep
a sleep
study.
study like in 2016. Yeah.
Okay, you passed. You passed.
Now they told me to get some stupid machine. Right? They was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
get this machine for you to sleep with, man." I was like, "Man, how am I?" Now, this is what I told the doctor, hand to the man. How am I gonna roll over and get the noonie with a thing on my face looking like Bane from Batman? What the what? Yeah. I got a thing on my face. How do you get the noonie if I got a thing on my face, bro? Do you know how weird that look? Chat, can y'all please tell Fritz to stop laughing at me, bro, on national TV? Yeah, I swear to God, I don't get it. The dude want me to go to sleep with a mask on my face. How am I roll over in the middle of the night and try and try to get some, you know what I'm saying? Try to get some muffin in the middle of the night with a mask on my face. I'm out here looking like Bane. I don't know. I don't know how that worked, bro. I ain't never got him. I ain't never got a machine, bro. I ain't trying. No, I ain't know.
Oh man, you know what? I did the test. I had to go back. I couldn't do the mask. Like it was choking me. It was choking me. Like I couldn't do it. Like I put it on my face and like because what I really thought it was like one of those doctor's masks, and you just kind of give you a light breath. No, but it literally like it's like a plunger. It really like plunges.
Right.
It really pushes and pulls the air out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that. So I still have sleep issues. So I still have sleep, but it's better because we kind of figure out what the issue is. It was like excessive.
But it worked.
No, I still have an issue.
Okay,
I still get weird swelling sometimes. It still happens. They don't know exactly why, but I still get it. But it's not as bad as before.
Maybe the sleep apnea thing is the way to go. I don't know. And see, Fritz, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I said in the beginning of this thing, like when I look in a mirror, I think I'm 3 weeks away from being perfect. Not perfect in the cosmetic sense. In my mind, I don't see it to be as bad as it really is. My doctors tell me all the time that no, Uncle Freezy is worse, right, than what you see on the outside. You have to think about this is internal stuff going on too, right? Now it's not as simple as you went up a belt size. There are other things that cause you to go up a belt size, right? And so like there are these certain things that you know what I'm saying? And so it's maybe the sleep study thing I think is a good idea.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. Like if your sleep is off, like your body can't recover.
Right.
Your body can't like refresh itself. Right. So it everything gets off whack.
Right.
No, I think I know especially when I was younger, I used to associate fitness with performance. So like I wasn't like big like I was now, but I was overweight, but I was faster than anybody else.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not
bad.
Can't be overweight if I'm faster than you.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would have been if I was younger, just a few changes, but the education wasn't there. West Indian, we ate rice, beans, chicken,
and in some type of proportion for every meal, right? Some type of.
No, actually, you know, in my teens, money was a real issue in our household. Right. So like, yeah, it was rice and beans, chicken. Right. We were always drinking soda,
right? Because soda was cheap. Yeah. And you know what I found out over the years? That the expensive drinks that we aspire to
are bad for you,
but they're also bad for you. So it don't matter. Anything outside of water, you rolling the dice, basically.
You know how uneducated I was? They say, cut out soda. Okay. I'm going to cut out soda and I'm only going to drink fruit juice.
Oh my God.
I ain't know. I thought it was just soda was bad.
Right.
Juice was good.
Juice is good.
So I'm just drinking these juices and I was just making it worse.
But you were not making the juice at home. You were buying the juice out of the store.
Buying a juice out of a store.
So you were not juicing. You
No.
were buying Tropical Punch because it wasn't Pepsi.
I was buying like orange juice. Orange
Or,
juice is horrible. Orange juice ain't good for you.
bro, apple juice.
Apple juice. Oh,
Bro, these are the type things. And so what I didn't know, I'll tell you something crazy, what I learned. So I stopped drinking soda, right? And I started drinking apple juice. And then what I found out was apple juice used to make me thirsty, right? So I drink apple juice, it'll make me thirsty. So I drink more apple juice and it make me thirstier. And I drink more apple juice and it'll make me thirstier, right? And so I didn't know that it was like a cycle of empty calories and sugar. And one of my homeboys, right, who passed away, he's like, Freezy, yo, you killing yourself, dog. I seen you, we were at work. He was like, that's the third time today you at the vending machine buying them expensive apple juices, right? And I was like, nah, man, it's what it is, man. The price. He's like, no, it's not the price, dog. Did you read the back of the thing? That's why they put it on the label. And I was like, nah, I don't read. I'm black. Black people don't read stuff, bro. We don't read. We don't take in information like we should. That's one of the black eyes in our culture, right? We don't seek out information and can't nobody tell us nothing. Right? Fritz, I promise you, you can go to someone in the next generation from you and try to tell them something, and guess what they do? You can't tell them nothing because you're younger than them.
mm-hmm.
Just off the fact that they're older than you, they ain't gonna listen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Will Salkins in the building. Salute. And
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that too. Like my son's trying to tell me something. I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about, man? You 30, you don't know nothing. You ain't even lived. You know what I'm saying? like this is what I'm telling a 30-year-old, somebody that's about 30 or close to it, right?
Yeah.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
And what I should do is listen. Information is power. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not until I started talking to the nutritionist. And it's not even the nutritionist I paid for, it's the person. It was a friend of a friend. Cereal ain't good for you. I'm like, what?
Right? Yeah. Oh.
Good for you ain't good for you.
Cow milk is not regular milk that we grew up on. Loaded with sugars. Like right now, I have a glucometer on, right? If I drink milk, my blood sugar will skyrocket, bro. And I'm talking about go from like 88, 89 to like 220 something off of milk. Like just regular, bro, it's so commonplace that you don't call cow's milk. You just call it milk. That's how commonplace it is. Right? Like for instance, another thing that's not good for you, orange juice. Orange juice
is the worst.
Orange juice, some orange juices have so many things in it. Like when you look at the back of the orange juice, it should say orange and water on it, right? Something like that, some mix, like 2 or 3 ingredients, right? When you look at your orange juice and it has like a paragraph of stuff, it's orange drink. It's not orange juice, it's orange drink. They may put juice on it, but then and they'll something slick will be like made with all natural fruit juice
flavors,
right?
Yeah, I actually, I'm real bad. I didn't even know what natural flavors was till this year.
Oh my god!
I'm like, are you serious? Like, I didn't even understand what that meant.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. One time, if y'all ever go over those what that kind of stuff means, you'll look at it different. Because I always say, oh, natural flavors, they make it with oranges. That's not what natural flavors mean.
Wrong.
I was like, yo.
Right.
So.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure it out. But so what I'm planning on doing, what I'm gonna try to do is use this platform, this series, in order to get myself in a physical,
Mhm.
emotional, and mental state where there is balance between all three.
Mhm.
That's my goal for this series. And so over the next few months, you'll see me. I'll invite Fritz every time that we do it. Maybe he can make some, maybe he can't. Fritz knows that the door is always open for us to track progress and to add new ideas and to have it be not only succession but discovery as well. And in order for us um, to make um, our progress.
I see Alawa is in the chat. He's talking about Waterfest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So occasionally, in 2022, I did that a lot, like Waterfast, like getting to that 72-hour window where your body starts healing itself, right?
Yeah.
Because at
Mhm.
72 hours, your body kicks into a certain mode where it starts repairing itself,
Mhm.
right? And so I've done that before. The only thing is with me being diabetic, I have to kind of be aware of
Yeah.
certain things that may be missing that my body will need in order for me to stay balanced, to stay on platform, right? Um, but with that said, I'll wrap up here. I want to thank Fritz for coming through and hanging out with me for a couple of hours, and just chopping it up, about um, the new you
Mhm.
and how you can get there. So, chat, if you have goals, listen, chat, if you have goals that you want to get to in 2025, tell us. We'll add you to our spreadsheet, right? Of folks that have goals. And what we'll do is use this platform to track those goals, get back on track, or add helpful solutions, or just be supportive, right? This will be our support group. I don't know how many people are going to view this video, but what I will say is if you see this and you need a support system, right? If you need a support system, kind of like a virtual support system, where you can go tell everybody about your progress so that we can blow the DJ horn. I think I got Fritz. I think I have a DJ horn here somewhere. Like if you do something, if you make your weekly goal, right? If you make your weekly goal, right? If you make your monthly goal, right? If you make your yearly goal, we'll celebrate it, man. We'll throw a congratulations out there, or whatever. And don't be afraid. Listen, so if you're a man or woman, in between, whatever, however you identify, whatever, it's a safe place. I don't care, right? Yeah, I'm Uncle Freezy. I don't have. I'm an open book to an extent. Like I'm not going to put all my personal stuff out there, but in terms of stuff, reasonable stuff, I'll share it. Did I miss my goal this week? I'll say yes or no, right? Did I meet my goal this week? Yes, this is what I did this week. I'm not afraid to share, right? Fritz, you have anything to add before we get out of here, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to get. I don't think goals just happen just because you willed it to happen. It's going to take a little preparation. It's going to take a little tracking, and you gotta maybe not the word in tune with yourself, but you have to know. You have to know what's going on. You have to track it,
Right.
and you have to know what's going on with yourself. So, definitely, we should always be getting our checkups on a regular basis.
Right.
And that could help us know ourselves to see what's the right path for us.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
All right. So thank you, Fritz, for coming through. Thank you, everybody who watched this and was patient with me as I tried to stay on topic, but occasionally set adrift on memory bliss at times. Y'all know how I do. I try to stay on track. Sometimes I drift, man, but for the most part, my heart is in the right place. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking with us, everybody. Y'all be safe. Be stern about your goal. Peace.